Hi, everyone. Josh Rugger here in studio early this morning with the weather live stream to get you prepared for some showers and thunderstorms that are starting to move into far northwestern Arkansas right now. Now, normally these thunderstorms wouldn't be a big deal, right? We would just have some heavy rain, maybe some small hail, nothing too crazy. But unfortunately, because we had all that severe weather early Sunday morning that caused all that damage in Benton County, this rain could really impact people that are still recovering from these tornadoes that hit our area earlier on in the week. So I wanted to provide the weather update to give you the latest details on what's going on across our weather coverage area. We just finished recording Good Day NWA, so now we're going to be rocking and rolling and let you know about everything. So let's go ahead and take a look at how heating coil mega Doppler. And again, we're not talking about widespread severe weather today or really even over the next few days. This is going to be a northwest flow pattern that doesn't have a whole lot of jet stream energy to work with. So we're not talking about anything crazy in terms of severe weather, but locally heavy rainfall, constant shower and storm activity possible this week. That's bad news because we need those crews. We need those people that are still exposed to the elements right now because of these tornadoes to get some dry weather so that recovery process can continue to go forward. Because if we get rain, that can certainly hinder those efforts quite a bit, especially in Benton County. So here it is right here. There's that thunderstorm that's starting to move into northwestern Benton County right now, also impacting southwestern Missouri. You can see that storm currently located over Sulphur Springs right now, just off to the west of Bella Vista. If you were joining in at the beginning of this live stream, you saw that those showers and thunderstorms were starting to bubble up over that Cooper Elementary camera. We'll go back to some of those cameras in just a few moments. Might want to go to that Decater camera as that structure is starting to get a little bit more prevalent there. But again, this thunderstorm right now currently located in northwestern Benton County, just off to the northwest of the Gravette area right now. There's additional showers and storms that are also developing on the backside of that system too, but not the most structurally impressive thunderstorm. But again, it doesn't matter if it's impressive or not in terms of how much rain it's producing. The point of the matter is that people need to have dry weather right now, and we're not getting that at this time because this northwest flow pattern is going to constantly produce shower and storm potential as we move throughout the rest of this week. And it may be capped off by a little bit more jet stream energy that's coming through on Friday, which could produce more widespread rainfall, especially along and north of the Bobby Hopper Tunnel. We're going to talk about that future track in just a few moments. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Decatur City Hall WeatherBug Network camera. You can see that storm starting to move in there. Storm tracking off to the south and east right now, moving pretty quickly. So these are fast-moving showers, but still got to keep an eye on it. Not seeing well, now we're starting to see maybe a little bit more lightning show off on that thunderstorm there. So not expecting this to be a severe thunderstorm, but again, quite a bit of heavy rainfall possible. A quick burst of heavy rain possible for Rogers if you live in Rogers and you've been impacted by these thunderstorms. You need to go ahead and maybe get into a sheltered area. Again, these are not going to be severe, but you need to get into a sheltered area just to avoid that heavy rain that's about to be moving through there. And Samantha, I completely understand. I can definitely understand storm anxiety, especially after what we dealt with early Sunday morning. Now, to put your mind at ease, Samantha, these are not severe thunderstorms, right? So we're not talking about tornadic potential or anything like that, but they can cause some gusty winds. They can cause some very heavy rainfall. They could cause some small hail. And if you are exposed to these thunderstorms, whether because your home was impacted or your neighbors' homes were impacted, just make sure that you or anybody you know has the ability to take shelter and avoid these thunderstorms because, again, this is going to impact that recovery process just a little bit here in northwest Arkansas. Let's go ahead and go back to Mega Doppler here. You can see some additional showers also developing at this time just off to the east of Rogers now. So we're going to go back to Heil Heating Coy Mega Doppler here. And you can see that little shower that's developing to the east of Rogers. That has a little bit of lightning with it right now. Just off to the southwest of Decatur, some showers going on north of Golkerd, a little bit farther west towards Tag Flats, which, of course, Bull Hollow was another area that was impacted by a tornado with this particular storm, the storms that we had on Sunday morning. But the most significant thunderstorm right now is located in northwest Benton County, taking aim at Rogers, unfortunately, right now. So hopefully that storm can dissipate. But again, we got additional development that's going on right now. Some more showers and thunderstorms developing in southeastern Kansas. This northwest flow pattern is just it's just the worst possible pattern to be in right now, because not only are we going to see shower and storm potential pretty much every day this week, the models are also going to struggle with it. So it's just going to be a headache in the weather world once again this week. Not necessarily because we're talking about severe weather, but because of the tornadoes that we saw earlier on in the week. Let's go to another WeatherBug Network camera here. I'm going to go to Bentonville Square and turn that Bentonville Square camera off to the northwest, and we'll see if we can see any features from this thunderstorm there and see if we can find any lightning. I'm interested to know if there's any cloud-to-ground lightning strikes as well from this storm. I wouldn't be surprised. That Bentonville Square camera actually is going to have a pretty good view of it. So let's go to the Bentonville Square camera here. I'm going to go to Weather 1 here. So let me get on my Stream Deck, and we're going to show that off right now. There's a look at that Bentonville Square WeatherBug Network camera. You can see the structure of that storm right there as it moves in off to the south and east. Getting dark in Siloam Springs. So thank you for that report. Oh, just saw a little lightning strike right there too. So Aaron, thank you for that report. Dan, talking about the features of those clouds, you can certainly see that right now over the Bentonville Square camera. And yeah, this storm is pretty electrified right now. So make sure you're taking shelter. Obviously not talking about severe weather potential, but again, if you're exposed to the elements, lightning is a dangerous hazard with any thunderstorm. So if you got access to a vehicle, just get to a vehicle, wait it out in there, wait it out in a protected building, right? Just make sure you're indoors somewhere, right? Because you don't want to be outside when these thunderstorms are moving through, because they are pretty electrified right now. You can still see some lightning strikes going on over the Bentonville Square camera. There were several lightning bolts going on in Sulphur Springs as it was moving in. Continuous rolling thunder and lightning in Centerton. Is there rotation with this storm because the clouds are spinning? So, Brittany, it doesn't appear that there's any rotation with these thunderstorms right now. But we're watching it, of course. We're not in a favorable environment for rotating thunderstorms. And I know there was a viewer that commented earlier who was talking about storm anxiety, which I completely understand, especially after what we dealt with earlier this week. But right now, there's nothing that's spinning on the storm. There's no tornadoes right now. We're not talking about widespread severe weather. This storm probably will not get severe either. But having said that, there is some gusty wind potential. And I'm telling you right now, guys, this lightning that's going on is extending outside of the Anvil right now. So you need to be making sure you're getting under something right now in the Bentonville area. Look at that. Lightning strikes going on well to the south and east of that thunderstorm. In Centerton, just off to the south of Bentonville, even a couple lightning strikes here near Seba. So there's definitely some lightning that's going on with the storm that's concerning me a little bit. Maybe some anvil crawlers going on there, Dan, with that storm. But just make sure you're under something right now. So yeah, this is exactly what it is. Rotation and turbulence are two different motions. What you're seeing is turbulent cloud motions, right? So we don't have any wall clouds. Matter of fact, these storms are highly elevated right now on the cameras. But you know what? Speaking of cameras, let's go back to that Bentonville Square cam, because you can see that storm rolling in right now. I'm going to tilt this just a little bit farther this way. But look at that. You can see actually the rain shaft that's going on right there a little bit in the distance there. I'm going to point that out here on this camera because I think that's a very interesting feature. So heavy rain definitely going on right here. And I'm not even on the thing right now. I better move it over here. So heavy rain going on right now with this thunderstorm on the leading edge of it right now. And that's moving off to the south and east towards Bentonville. So we're about to see the storm. Okay, Jeremy says he can't hear me. So let me know if you guys can hear me. Jeremy, I think our audio is working fine. But everybody just let me know if you can hear me or not. I want to make sure that's not the case. Okay, perfect. Okay, we can hear everything. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure that we could hear there. I saw somebody mention that, so I always want to make sure. Is Rudy supposed to get any storms today or in the evening? I'm just joining. I haven't checked the forecast since yesterday. So, Danita, there is the potential for some storms in Rudy. We're not talking about widespread severe weather potential in Rudy, but maybe a few marginally strong thunderstorms possible this afternoon. There's a lot of energy to work with here. Subtle pieces of energy right now as well, Donita, that the models are not going to pick up on and that we need to be aware of here in the Weather Lab as we go throughout the next several days. All right. Audio is fine. Perfect. Thank you guys so much. The Fayetteville clouds look so creepy. Let's take a look at the Fayetteville WeatherBug Network cameras too. Let's just kind of go through all these cameras here. Look at that. There's some structure right there. Now, this is not a surface-based thunderstorm, so we're not talking about tornado potential or big hail or very strong winds, but definitely some heavy rain and lightning starting to move into northwestern Benton County right now. And Jared's just asking about Siloam. So Siloam, there is another shower that's developing right now near you, Jared. We'll go back to Mega Doppler in just a minute to take a look at that. But there is another shower that's developing there, and that could bring some heavy rain potential there to Siloam Springs, albeit briefly with that little activity there. Absolutely, Donita. Anytime. I know you always watching Rudy, and I appreciate you commenting. Yep, Ava, there is some thunder coming into Bentonville right now. Actually, quite a bit of lightning right now. Huntsville area still a ways out right now, Angela. We'll be keeping an eye on it there. But I almost don't want to break off the cameras, but let's take a look at Mega Doppler real quick, and then we'll go back to cameras. So here's a look again at the storm. Look at this lightning that's extending way outside the main piece of energy right now. So Gravit getting some very heavy rainfall. So is Bella Vista. So is Centerton. But there's lightning strikes that are as far south as X and A and downtown Bentonville. So again, stressing the importance of making sure that you're in some shelter right now, not because we're talking about significant severe weather or tornadoes, but because I know a lot of folks have their homes that were impacted. They might be exposed to these elements right now. And, you don't want to be out and about while there's heavy rain and lightning going on. So if you're one of those folks that were impacted by these storms in Rogers or Bentonville, even Decatur, go to your vehicle if you still have access to that, or get to, if possible, find a way to get into some shelter so that you can avoid this heavy rain and this lightning that's going on right now. Man, it's just tough. It's just tough to see this happen because, again, normally these showers, they wouldn't be that big of a deal. Just another pesky northwest flow pattern. But, man, when you have severe weather and you have impactful severe weather like that causes devastation, it definitely can make even the smallest storm a big deal. And I know those crews certainly don't need this right now. So that's why we're on this live stream. That's why we're taking you through everything. I do want to go through live Doppler radar here. I want to go ahead and do a storm track on this, just so people can know which way this is heading. This storm is moving very quickly off to the south and east. As you can see, it's already moving out of Bella Vista right now, already moving out of Sulphur Springs. So I'm going to go ahead and make a storm track here. Just give me a few moments to do that. I'm keeping an eye on comments, so if you guys have any questions, let me know. But we want to make sure that people know which way this storm is moving, especially in Benton County, because that's where the bulk of the damage was from this storm system that we saw Sunday night. And of course, I know we had also more showers and thunderstorms that went down in Boone County as well, a little bit farther east. So I'm going to kind of take this storm into motion here, see how fast it's moving. So it looks like we're moving at about 50 miles per hour off to the southeast. So we're going to go back here to weather 1. And we're going to put that storm track on this. So we're going to actually do maybe a little bit of a wider storm track. That way everybody can know where all the rain is moving. So I'm going to kind of take it through this shower here. We're going to move that off to the southeast. And again, Bentonville area, knocking on our doorstep, already right on top of you right now. Rogers, 9:30 a.m. Lowell at 9:38 a.m. Bethel Heights, 9:45. Hinesville at 9:58, Alabama at 10:04 a.m., and Huntsville at 10:08 a.m. So that's where that shower is moving right now. Again, no severe thunderstorm warning, no tornado potential, no significant wind or hail, but lightning, heavy rainfall, all possibility with this thunderstorm as it moves off to the south and east. Um, Absolutely, Debbie. I know. Again, I know a lot of folks are, very concerned right now, obviously, and rightfully so because of those tornadoes. Storm PTSD is a very real thing, and I know that a lot of folks were impacted by this. They know a lot of neighbors that were impacted by this. I witnessed it firsthand in Decatur. Unfortunately, the devastation right after that tornado passed, and it's still sticking with me even 48 hours later. It's probably always going to stick with me for the rest of my life. I mean, I go back to the event that happened April 25th, 2011, when I lived in Hot Springs, Arkansas. We had a significant tornado that moved very close to my community that we lived in. We saw the damage there. It devastated that neighborhood. And a lot of folks were displaced because of that. Some people lost their lives that day. So that's something that's never left me, and that was over 13, 14 years ago. So definitely can understand that. And that's why we're on here right now, to kind of alleviate that. And also let people know, who were impacted by the storm, that we've got heavy rain coming through and that they need to make sure that they're under something. Yeah, Abby, I can definitely understand that for sure. Yeah, Jeremy talking about Mulberry was hit by a pretty big tornado when I was just a baby. And yeah, even hearing stories about it, right? Dan and I were talking about this tornado in 2008, February of 2008. There was a significant tornado, the super outbreak that went through Clinton, went through Mountain View, and there's still scars from that tornado 16 years later. I mean, that's just unbelievable, right? That was such a large tornado. That 16 years later, if you drive on the highway near Mountain View, you can still see the scarring that went down from that violent tornado. So, again, I can absolutely understand what folks are saying when they mention that storm fatigue and that storm anxiety that's going on. So Bentonville Square starting to rain right now. I'm going to go ahead and switch back here. I'm going to get my mug out of the face here because you don't want to see me. You want to see the cameras. So here you go. We got some shower activity going on along Bentonville Square. Some heavy rainfall going on just west of downtown Bentonville at this time. No hail, but some pretty heavy rain going to be moving into Centerton pretty soon too. So knocking on your doorstep right now in Centerton. It's probably pouring down as we speak there. So get ready there. Of course, Bentonville seeing that rain right now too. I wish we had a Rogers Pinnacle Parkway Towers cam. Unfortunately, we don't have access to that right now. It's down. So hopefully we can get that back up and running soon. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at one of our Springdale cameras too. Let's take a look at our Springdale Arkansas Children's Northwest camera. I'm interested to see what that's looking like. So we're going to go to a north view here. Ooh, look at the structure here, folks. Look at this camera. I'm going to get to the Springdale camera ASAP because you need to see that rain shaft. Look at that. Now that right there is some structure to those clouds right there. You can definitely see the rain shaft there. If I move the camera just a little bit right there, look at that. So not a severe thunderstorm. It does look threatening, doesn't it? But not a severe thunderstorm. Just some very heavy rainfall that's going on right now in Bentonville. And that's moving off to the south and east right now. But that is some nice structure right there on that storm. Quite a bit of lightning too, as well. Still showing up on Mega Doppler, though, not as prevalent as what we saw earlier. Man, that is actually really beautiful right there. Brian, unsubscribe. I like to unsubscribe from the rain. Where is the unsub button? Brian, I'm trying to find that right now too. This is just come on, man. This is just ridiculous. What's crazy is, and I mentioned this earlier on in the shows this morning, I mentioned this to Perry on the shows. I said, a few weeks ago, we were under a drought here in Northwest Arkansas. We couldn't buy rain, right? All these storms would dissipate right before it got here, and we wouldn't see anything. Now it just won't stop. And, we need to get rid of it right now. Get rid of the weather bucket, dang it. Come on, man. This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I know that my Baja Blast drinkage has gone up right now. I've been drinking so much Baja Blast over the last several days. I need to bring that down. I like Baja Blast, but I've been drinking a lot of it lately, and maybe need to chill out with that for just a minute for sure. Yeah, we need the block button for the storms for sure. Let's see here. What does the balance of the day look like? So this is a good question right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show a future track here. Before I show a future track, I need to save this photo. I gotta save this photo real quick because I want to make sure I have that. I might post that on social media afterwards. But let's look at a future track here on this particular thunderstorm, and let's kind of see what the models are doing. I mean, HRRR not doing too good of a job. Well, it didn't do too good of a job this morning with the thunderstorm development. It's doing an all right job here right now, but it didn't show any rain development this morning. So it already busted on that front. Now, it did show some shower and storm potential later on this afternoon. And I did buy that. I did think we were going to see some shower and storm development this afternoon. Let's see if it's still showing it. It's not, but again, what does Dan Scoff always say? You got to know it's northwest flow. And I wouldn't be surprised if we had some more thunderstorms. And Dan, I just saw your comment. We do have that camera recording right now on that Springdale Harbor camera. I might also need to record. Let's see here. Before I forget. Might want to record on the Garage Hotel camera too. Let's see how that looks. Oh, yeah. That's some structure right there. Definitely want to record that. And we're also going to record the Mount Sequoia camera. Okay, so we've got that. We've got that there. So, again, future track, not showing anything, but you need to take this with a grain of salt because it's not going to do a good job with this weather pattern that we've got going on. Tomorrow is going to be a very similar story. More showers and storms possible with that northwest flow weather pattern. And you know, some of those storms could be a little bit strong. A heavy rainfall, certainly a possibility. Small hail, gusty winds, all something that we don't need right now. Even the smallest thunderstorm can cause some big impacts when you're cleaning up from damage. So we do need to keep an eye on these shower and storm chances over the next several days. It doesn't look like we're going to see a whole lot of overnight threats. It looks like a lot of this is going to dissipate during the overnight hours. But still something to keep an eye on for sure. Let's see here. Looking at some comments right now. What's the weather outlook for this week? So let's go ahead, Ashley, and look at those rain chances. In fact, instead of the rain chances, let's look at the Weather Prediction Center's outlook as we move throughout the rest of this week, because I think that kind of best illustrates that we're in a pattern that's very active. This is the 7-day forecast from the Weather Prediction Center, and this is not perfect. This is going to change quite a bit over the next several days. But notice northwest flow weather pattern bringing daily rain chances to the area. We could see rainfall amounts anywhere between 1.5 to 3 inches. When all said and done, we could see even locally higher amounts possible in some locations as well. So, yeah, definitely got to keep an eye on this pattern, folks. Make sure if you had damage to your home, if you don't have access to shelter or anything like that, make sure you've got an area that you can go to, because you want to make sure that you're not around these buildings or these areas that were damaged by storms when there's heavy rain moving through. And I know the crews certainly don't want to see this forecast right now, and I don't want to see this forecast either. This is the last thing we want to see here in Northwest Arkansas. It's just more shower and storm chances while we're trying to clean up. So here's another look at High Heating Coil Mega Doppler right now. Then we're going to go back to some more cameras because we need to take a look at these cameras here because they just got some incredible structure right now. But wanted to show a quick little radar image. There's a stronger thunderstorm that's moving through Salem Springs right now. So some heavy rain going on along Highway 412. There's the heavy rain that's going on south of Bentonville, moving right through Rogers right now. Some more heavy rain near Cave Springs, a little bit farther east towards War Eagle. I know there was some damage that was in the War Eagle area as well. Northwest of there near Clifty. This is actually where another tornado went through in northwestern Madison County. So keep an eye there. And then, of course, for our southwest Missouri friends, Washburn dealing with the thunderstorm right now. Salagma, you might get some as well. And then a little bit farther south and east towards Beaver and Eureka Springs, where there was also some reports of damage. There could be some more heavy rainfall that's moving through there. So folks asking about hail. The strongest storms that we have this week will have the potential to produce small hail, but it's not going to be a massive gorilla hailstones this week. So we're not talking about gorilla hail potential with the storms that are moving through this week in northwest Arkansas. With the storms that are currently moving through the area, definitely not any hail chances. So let's go back to some of our WeatherBug Network cameras. Here's Springdale. Right now, you can see that storm still right there with that structure, those rain shafts in the distance as well. Beautiful storm. It would be even more beautiful if we didn't deal with storms earlier on in the week. But nonetheless, bringing some heavy rain to Benton County right now, which is just not what we want to see at all. Not what we want to see at all. Let's go to another WeatherBug Network camera here. Let's go ahead and go to our Mount Sequoia WeatherBug Network camera as well. Look at that. You can see the structure right there on that storm as it progresses off to the southeast. May not get hit by this particular thunderstorm in Fayetteville, but could still see some rainfall. So we'll keep an eye on it there. Look how elevated it is, though. So no, again, if you're just now joining in or you're still wondering, zero tornado potential. Zero tornado potential with this storm. Not going to produce significant damaging wind gust or large hail, but could produce some gusty winds and heavy rain and lightning as it moves through your area. Michaela, if you want to send in some photos, send them into the Weather Authority app or weather@knwa.com. Weather@knwa.com. Roby, I also saw your comment earlier. You said you had a picture. I might actually check that out here real quick, so stand by for just 1 second. I want to check that out. You guys keep commenting there. I promise I'll answer some more questions and look at the comments as you guys send them in. But right now I want to take a look at my email because Roby said they sent in something to me. So we're going to take a look at that real quick. Of course, making me sign in again. Just love it when the computer does that after, it already knows my password and everything. All right. So, Roby, I'm getting to our email right now. And let's take a look at what you sent in. Let's see. Okay, I see a photo that was sent in from Shar just now, actually, at 9:35 a.m. Roby, let me know if you sent it in over email or to the Weather Authority app because I'm not seeing your message right now. But, man, this is a nice picture right here. I'm going to go ahead and show this as well. I'm going to make this image full screen here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Open image, a new tab. Come on. Okay. Well, it's not going to let me do it. You know what? I got to love technology right here. It's just everything is going all over the place. All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right here. Bear with me, guys. The computer's having a few technical difficulties. Here's a look at that picture, though, that was just sent in from our viewer here. You can see that formation of the cloud right there and those rain shafts. Again, very highly elevated, but a beautiful picture nonetheless there sent in from Shar. Bent Tree subdivision. So where is that located? Shar, if you're on here, let me know where that's located because I'd love to know. It looks like, though, that was just south of the storm, so you're probably located around the Springdale area, I'm assuming. But definitely a beautiful cloud feature right there, beautiful formations to the cloud, and it would be even more beautiful if we didn't have storms that impacted us earlier on in the week. So thank you so much for sending in that photo. Yeah, Roby, all connections are moving slow. Doesn't help your cause. It's just, just all over the place right there. Yeah, no tornadoes today. Arferg sending that in from Twitter. We do not want to see any tornadoes for the rest of this year. That'd be fantastic. And we're not going to see any more tornadoes, I think, as we move throughout the rest of this week. I really think the severe weather potential is pretty low. We don't have a whole lot of jet stream energy, but again, very heavy rainfall is going to be possible with the strongest thunderstorms, so we'll have to keep a close eye on that. Let's go back here to Heil Heating Cooling Mega Doppler. Let's take a look at what's going on as that storm moves off to the south. Again, still some heavy rain going on southeast of Bentonville right now, located right over the Rogers area. That storm also located over Springdale right now, moving in as we speak there. So about to get some heavy rainfall north side of Springdale with some lightning, some more thunderstorm activity going on northwest of Clifty near War Eagle, with some additional shower development going on as well in southwestern Missouri near Cassville. In fact, that storm is actually the most electrified one right now northwest of Berryville and south of Cassville. So we'll keep an eye on that storm as well. Let's do one more storm track here. Let's take a look at another storm track here. It's been a while since I did that. So we're going to go back to live Doppler radar. Folks, keep sending in comments right there. Okay, Belinda, thank you for that. Southwest Rogers around Bellevue. So that's where that Bent Tree subdivision is. So thank you for letting me know about that. I was interested to know about where exactly that was. But we're going to go back to live Doppler radar here. And we're going to do another storm track. Again, these showers are moving through pretty quickly, right? So the leading edge of this little50 of storms, or this little cluster of showers, is going to be moving through to the southeast at about 50 to 55 miles per hour. So it's quick moving, which is good, but we may have additional development throughout the afternoon as well. So here's a look again at that storm track. Springdale, it's right on top of you right now, as you just saw on Mega Doppler. Fayetteville, maybe some shower activity possible at 9:52. Elkins at 10:03. Huntsville, 10:09. Japton, 10:15. St. Paul at 10:30. And Jasper at 10:39 a.m. And here's the comment of the day right here from Dan. Folks, you don't want to miss this live stream that he potentially has coming up later on today, right around noon. Dan and our photojournalist Ethan will be going up in a helicopter near the Decater area, and they're going to be looking at some of that tornado damage and kind of verifying that track, verifying what they saw on radar. It's going to be unbelievable footage if we can get some clear weather, and hopefully all these showers and storms can move on out of here so that can happen. And it's going to be cutting it close, Dan, because if you look at Mega Doppler right now, we've got some more showers that are developing in southeastern Kansas at this time. So hopefully this development can move on out of here or miss us completely, especially around the Decatur area. But sometimes that northwest flow weather pattern can throw some curveballs, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. Man, that lightning's really getting prolific, isn't it? A little bit more profound there on the south side of Springdale near Fayetteville. Thunderstorms also taking off in southwestern Missouri and Barry McDonald County too. And thanks to Fly ARH all across Benton County. So that's who's helping them out there in order to get that helicopter view. Absolutely, Ava. Get some sleep. Take it easy. We're going to be watching it all week long. We're going to be letting you know about the latest details there. And again, if there is some severe weather, we'll be the first on the scene, making sure that you're protected and that you're safe. Let's see here. Sitting topless in my Jeep in Bentonville, waiting it out. Yeah, we need to bring back the Jeep forecast again, Brian, because we do have a Jeep forecast, a convertible forecast, and I think that would be cool to bring back, especially now that we're getting towards summertime USA. All right, well, I think we're going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. I don't see a whole lot more going on over our area that's significant. We do have some light showers that are going on. Let's go back through one more camera tour here. Yeah, Brian's excited about the convertible forecast. I love it right there. I love that energy right there. We need to bring you on the morning show, Brian. You seem like you got some energy right there. I like that right there. Looks like there's a small section of Mamatis over Fayetteville. Is there? Is there some Mamatis coming through Fayetteville? Maybe. Let me look here. Let's look at some of our WeatherBug Network cameras. So we're looking at the Gratiot Hotel camera. I don't see any there. I do see those rain shafts though. Let's take a really zoomed in view of that. Look at those little rain shafts right there, right? That's pretty cool to see that over the Gratiot Hotel camera. It is a little bit fuzzy, but certainly beautiful. That is for sure. These are some beautifully structured little thunderstorms that are moving through right now. Mount Sequoia camera also showing off. We'll move to that camera here. Take a look at what's going on there. So I don't see any Mamatis over that. If you guys do have some Mamatis pictures, send those in. Weather at knwa.com. That way I can see it right off the bat. Ooh, I just saw what Dan posted here. Show the tornado video from Decatur. Okay. Yeah, we do need to show this off because this right here, guys, is unbelievable tornado footage from Decatur. And we need to take a look at this. So don't go anywhere. I was going to wrap this up, but we're not wrapping it up now because we have to show this off. This was absolutely unbelievable footage that we saw here in Decatur. Almost 6 minutes long as well. Actually, a little over 6 minutes long. So stand by 1 second. I'm going to show this video here. It doesn't have any audio because for reasons, but we are going to be able to show this video here. So stand by for just 1 moment. I'm going to pull this up here. We're going to stream this video, and you guys are going to see some unbelievable footage here. I'm also going to show you the link to see this footage as well for yourself if you want to. But we're going to share the screen here. We're going to go ahead and go to knwa.com. I think you guys can see that. And here we go. This is unbelievable footage, folks. Unbelievable. So we're going to start from the beginning here. And we're going to pull this up into full screen mode. And we're going to go ahead and start this right here. So look at that right off the bat. So right off the bat, you can already see some of that lightning that's going on there. That's illuminating the tornado, as well as some power flashes. You're going to see some power flashes too from this tornado. But this particular tornado that you're seeing right now is the one that impacted the south side of Decatur. So south side of Decatur, along Highway 59, in between Decatur and Gentry, this was that anticyclonic satellite tornado that went across Highway 59. And this is actually the tornado that I saw visually while I was out storm spotting. And I'm telling you, folks, this right here, this tornado that you're seeing, it's a rare tornado. And what I mean by that is not only did we see an anticyclonic tornado that was a satellite tornado here in our area, which is rare in of itself, but this was a strong anticyclonic tornado. This produced high-end, at least in my opinion, based on the damage that I saw in it. There's no official rating yet. But I was one of the first people on the scenes there and saw the storage facility that was hit, saw the people that were impacted there. And, oh, it's such a blessing that they're okay. But this was high-end EF2, maybe even low-end EF3. Look at that. Look at the base of that tornado right there. I mean, that right there, folks, is a strong tornado. And it's getting wider, too, as we progress throughout the video as well. There's a power flash right there. You're seeing the power flash. You see that strobing effect? That's exactly what I saw right there, too. If you were watching the live stream that morning when Dan and Zach were on air, you could hear me shouting in the background. Not only because there was power flashes, but also because people were unaware that there was a tornado on the ground, even with those power flashes. And they were trying to drive towards a tornado, and I was trying to get them to stop. And, I mean, this thing right here, it is a blessing that nobody was seriously hurt from this particular tornado in Decatur. But, oh, my goodness, you can just see that right there. The lightning and occasional power flashes as well. Oh, man. And it's still, I mean, it's just rapidly rotating too. Just an unbelievable scene right there. We also had some video too from a viewer that had a close encounter with the tornado. He was in his cellar, and he was watching the tornado as it was moving over his land. And oh man, power flash, just power flash after power flash right there. So it looks like the tornado is starting to lift right there, but you can still see it. It's still on the ground. Right there. You can still see it. Look at that thing. But as I was mentioning earlier, there was a viewer who had a close encounter with the tornado. You could actually see the sparks from the transformers right in front of him. And it was just unbelievable. It was crazy how close he was to that. And his cellar door was like swinging open because the winds were so strong where he was. But this tornado caused very significant tree damage as well. Casey and I saw that when we were out and about. We saw some significant tree damage just off to the west of Highway 59. And this tornado, man, it's something that I don't know I'll ever see again, storm chasing, to be honest with you. And what I mean by that is just the strength and the magnitude of this particular satellite tornado, of this anticyclonic tornado. It's very rare to see something like that. Especially here in our coverage area too. I can't recall the last time we've had oh, look at that power flash. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, that was a massive power flash right there. And so this is what we were viewing when we were traveling along Highway 59. This is exactly what we were seeing. Not as good of a view as this gentleman that sent in the video, but you could see it. It was like a strobe effect. That was unbelievable. Let's go back to that particular scene right there again. You'll see the features of this tornado here. So it was kind of lifting a little bit there briefly, and then it's definitely ramped up again here. Look at that. I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna pause it here. You're about to see the full structure of this tornado right here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable. Look at the power flash too. Just crazy, dude. Just crazy. Look at the features of that tornado there too. You can see that RFD too. That was crazy. I mean, folks, this was a prolific tornado producer. It was a prolific tornado producer. Even before it got into our weather coverage area, it was impacting Claremore, Oklahoma. Significant EF3 damage there. Bull Hollows got impacted as well in Delaware County, our weather coverage area. And then once it hit Decatur, that's when you saw those two tornadoes. And then, of course, more tornadoes likely as well in Rogers and in northwestern Madison County. Not likely. They were tornadoes that happened in those areas. Boone County tornado as well in southeastern Boone County. Just a supercell for the ages. A supercell for the ages. The most significant supercell that we've seen in northwest Arkansas since 2006. No doubt about it, hands down. So that was just unbelievable video right there. And again, if you want to see this video, you can go to our website, knwa.com. And it should be on the front page. So if you go to the front page of KNWA, it's right there under feature stories. Watch exclusive video of tornado near Decatur. You get to that, and you can see that footage right there. But just unbelievable footage right there from that tornado. So, all right. So I'm back here. I can actually see comments again. And yeah, look at these folks right here. Yeah. Dan was saying, just wait until it hits the substation. And there it was, Dan. We saw it right there. Just unbelievable video there from Decatur. And that tornado, again, when I saw those power flashes, I'll never forget that. That's just engraved into my memory now. And that damage is going to be engraved into my memory too. And in terms of, tornadoes that I've seen personally, as I mentioned before, that's the worst damage I've seen in over a decade. And I have not seen damage like that personally since 2011 when I lived down in Hot Springs and I saw that tornado rip through the neighborhood that was just off to the south of our area, the Sunshine community, impacted by that tornado back in 2011 in Garland County. That was tough, and I always talk about that moment too. That was the moment because Dan has a moment too where he saw a tornado that solidified his passion for the weather when he lived up in Wisconsin and he was younger. That tornado was the one that told me that this is my calling. This is what I need to do. This is what God has called me to do. The most important thing is keeping people safe and keeping this community safe. And it's just really tough. It's still hard to process, what happened Sunday morning. But the thing is that we are blessed to have such a great community here in Northwest Arkansas. People already, just so many people already coming together to help other folks out. I don't know if I've mentioned this to you guys on this live stream. I mentioned it to a lot of folks when I was at the Veterans Wall of Honor. But I saw the tornado. It was about 1.5 miles in front of me. And I was terrified to see what I was going to see because I was worried that there was going to be trees that were covering the road where it was impassable for first responders to get there. And there was trees that were covering the road. If you saw the live stream, you saw the trees that were covering the road along Highway 59. But it was still dumping rain. There was still 40 to 45, maybe even 50-mile-per-hour winds that were going on in Decatur, on the south side of Decatur. And there were already folks out there with chainsaws trying to clear off trees there was already folks that were going up towards that storage facility trying to make sure everybody was okay. Like that's just unbelievable stuff right there. And it just shows that this community is special right there. And yeah, Roby was talking about the residents too. There was. I went up to that storage facility. There was some folks that were living up there. First thing I asked the guy, it was about 5 minutes after the tornado had passed. I said, "Hey, you okay?" He said, "I'm okay." And he bent down and picked up his chainsaw, walked down the hill, and started trying to get trees out of the way. And that right there, man, it's just like it's special stuff from this community. It's special stuff from this community, and we're truly blessed to live here in Northwest Arkansas with so many great people. And I'm still heartbroken over the folks that lost their lives. It's so tough to hear about that, and it really breaks my heart to see that hit so close to home here in Northwest Arkansas. But we really appreciate everybody tuning in to the coverage of that, tuning in this morning as well with the storms that are moving through. Ashley, thank you so much for the kind words. I'll tell you this, Zach Gilday, give him a follow on X, man. Give him a follow on X. Give him a follow on Facebook. Check out Peyton Langford as well. They did a phenomenal job this weekend as well. Our entire weather team did just a fantastic job this weekend. And just truly blessed to be a part of this Northwest Arkansas community and this fantastic weather team. Hashtag Northwest Arkansas Strong, Brian. I love that hashtag right there. I hope we can get that trending on all the social medias right now. Let's go ahead and look at a couple more comments, and I think we'll wrap this up. Yeah, Donita. Yeah, I appreciate that. I know you live in Rudy too, and you were watching that stuff. Yeah, Maddie, absolutely. I mean, my faith is important to me. I've always, tried to talk about that, and maybe some people, don't like that or stuff like that, but it is a core part of who I am, and I do believe in the power of prayer. I do believe in it. Dan, when he did that live stream yesterday, he was talking about those folks that were hit on the north side of Decatur by that EF3 tornado. And, they were praying while they were taking cover in those storms, while glass was being shredded out everywhere. And, and to hear that gentleman who jumped over his wife while the tornado was moving through, I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, that's just unbelievable. Matter of fact, before I wrap this up, I actually want to show you guys the GoFundMe page for these folks. They need our help right now, and they have a GoFundMe set up. We've already got quite a few donations that are going on for those folks. Before I wrap up this live stream, we're going to go to that real quick, okay? So give me a few moments here. I'm gonna pull that up here. I'm gonna go back to Weather One, so just that way we have something that's up on our cameras. But I want to show this off because I think you guys would be interested maybe in donating to these folks. Their story was just unbelievable. And their house was just decimated, and they need our help right now. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you the link to that GoFundMe page here to Ken and Donna Rush. They've already raised about $2,000. But I'm going to go ahead and share the screen here. So stand by for just a second. And we're gonna pull this up here so that way you guys can see this. But these folks need our help right now, guys. And we're gonna look at this right now, and then we're gonna wrap this up. So let me go ahead and share the screen. Stand by. And I think you guys can see that right now. So again, this is Ken and Donna Rush right here, and they were the ones that were impacted by the tornado that moved through Decatur on the north side of Decatur, and their house was just completely decimated. And they're very lucky to be alive. Again, the power of prayer. They were praying while this storm was moving over them, and I really think that that God was watching over them that morning. And so, as you can see here, Kendall Rush, who is I believe related to Donna and Ken. They are asking for donations right now. Their house was just destroyed by this tornado. Right now, they've already raised $2,000. You can find that link above right here, GoFundMe.com. If you look up Ken and Donna Rush on GoFundMe, you're going to find this. But I highly encourage you folks to check out this. And if maybe you can't donate, but at least share this GoFundMe so as many folks as possible can see this. I will post. You know what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and post this link in the Facebook Live here, so that way you guys can know where the link is. But at the very least, give this a share. Let people know about it. That way we can get this spread. We can spread the word about this GoFundMe, and we can get this donations that they need in order to recover from the storm, because their house again was just absolutely obliterated by this tornado. And certainly praying for Ken and Donna Rush during this difficult time right now, and hope that they can continue to find that strength during this difficult time. And again, at the very least, just give this a share and let folks know about it. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up right now. But I really appreciate everybody joining this weather live stream again. We'll continue to monitor the shower and storm potential as we move throughout the rest of this week. Northwest flow weather pattern, so almost daily chances for showers and thunderstorms. You know what? Let's go ahead and show you that 7-day forecast. I got one more thing to show you. I always got one more thing to show. That's just part of the Baja Blast gang, man. Baja Blast gang, we don't stop here. And we've got more shower and storm chances for the rest of this week, unfortunately. You can see about a 30% chance of showers and storms. Probably going to bump that up to 40% and then make Friday 60%, because I think Friday we're going to have a much better focus for shower and storm development, so that will have the potential for more heavy rainfall. But Arkansas baseball obviously coming up this weekend. Hopefully that doesn't impact the games too much, but I am a little bit concerned about the prospects of postseason baseball at Baum-Walker Stadium, especially on Friday. But Saturday, more rain chances. Sunday and Monday, slight chances for rain. And high temperatures generally in the middle to upper 70s to lower 80s. River Valley also going to be heating up for next weekend. But before we get to that point, 30% chance of showers and storms today through Thursday. 40% chance of rain on Friday, probably getting bumped up to 60, with another chance of showers and thunderstorms as we move throughout the weekend as well. All righty, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. Again, thank you just for trusting us, trusting your Weather Authority team for the latest information. Again, Dan will be back in studio this evening. He will also potentially have a live stream coming up at noon as well. He's going to be up in that helicopter. He's going to be surveying that damage. You don't want to miss that live stream. Keep an eye out for that live stream coming up at noon, weather permitting. So far, it looks like that the showers and storms hopefully will move out of our area by then, so we can get that live stream up. But keep an eye on it, and we'll continue to keep you posted on the latest details here. But God bless everybody. Have a terrific rest of your Tuesday, and we'll see you next time. Keep it here with your Weather Authority.